Today, we've got a really special story to share with you, and it's all about something super important, but sometimes, we forget how precious it is. Can you guess what it is? Yep, it's time. Now, I know what you might be thinking, time? What's so special about time? Well, let me tell you, it's everything. You know, how sometimes we keep running around, trying to do a million things, always looking for what's next. Well, what if I told you that the secret to happiness might just be about enjoying where you are right now, at this very moment? To help us get into this, I'm going to share an ancient story about Buddha and a rich merchant. This isn't just any story, it's a lesson that's super relevant to us today because it's a journey to discovering how to live better, appreciate more, and find joy in the little moments. Let's take a break from our busy lives and dive into this story together. Who knows? We might just find that by understanding the value of time, we can discover a whole new way to see our lives. In a beautiful village, there lived a young boy named Urav. Even though he was just a kid, Urav was always busy, running around trying to find more fun stuff, more toys, more games, just more of everything. But no matter how much he got, he never really stopped to enjoy any of it. One sunny afternoon, while wandering through the forest, looking for something exciting, he found a special place. It was a clearing, peaceful and bright, where an old monk was sitting quietly under the ancient Bodhi tree, his face serene, and his eyes closed in meditation. Urav, curious but not wanting to disturb the peaceful old monk, walked up quietly. But the old monk, sensing his presence, opened his eyes and smiled kindly. "Hey there, young friend, what's up?" he asked, his voice as soft as a whisper. Urav replied, "I'm kinda bored. I've got lots of toys and games, but I'm looking for something new to do." His voice tinged with frustration. The monk said, "You're always thinking about what's next or stuck on what happened before. But have you ever tried just being here, in the moment?" Urav looked confused and shook his head. "What do you mean?" "Come sit by me," the monk said, patting the ground next to him. "I'll tell you a story that might help you understand." As Urav settled down beside the old monk, a breeze whispered through the leaves of the Bodhi tree, setting the stage for the story that was about to unfold. The monk's eyes sparkled with a blend of kindness and wisdom, as if he was about to share not just a story, but a treasure that could change the way Urav viewed the world. Long ago, in the time of Buddha, in a land rich with culture and tradition, there lived a merchant named Deva. His wealth was vast, and his storerooms overflowed with treasures from every corner of the known world. But he found no peace. He worked very hard, day and night, because he believed that having more things would make him happy and more successful. The people in the village whispered among themselves, amazed by how hard Deva worked all the time, but they also felt sorry for him. They loved their simple lives, finding happiness in the changing weather and spending time with family and friends. Deva, on the other hand, didn't notice the beautiful things around him because he was only interested in making more money. One bright morning, when the sun was shining beautifully over the village, a very calm and wise person came in. It was Buddha, a famous teacher known for his lessons on how to deal with tough times, how to be fully aware, and how to find true peace. His presence felt refreshing and peaceful, like a cool wind on a very hot day, bringing relief and a sense of calm to all who met him. As Buddha walked around the village, he observed the people closely. He noticed when they were happy and when they were sad, what was hard for them, and when they felt calm and peaceful. He noticed Deva too, who was busy with his work, with lots of money around him but no one to share it with, making him feel lonely. Noticing that Deva seemed upset and tired, Buddha walked up to him and asked gently, "Why do you work all the time and never take a break to relax?" Buddha was concerned because he saw that Deva was always busy and never stopped to rest or enjoy himself, and he wanted to understand why. Deva was surprised that someone had stopped him from his work, but when he recognized it was a highly respected person asking, he responded respectfully, "I'm working all the time because I want to make sure that my family and I will have a good future. I think that if I keep working hard, we'll be safe and secure." He hoped this would explain why he never seemed to take a break, showing how much he cared about providing for his family's future. Buddha then asked him a simple but deep question, "If you're always working for tomorrow, when will you live for today?" Deva didn't know what to say, having no immediate answer. He never thought about that before. The question presented a challenge to the philosophy he had lived by. Seeing that Deva looked confused but also a bit curious about what he was saying, Buddha saw this as a good sign. It meant that Deva was beginning to think more deeply about his own life, maybe even questioning himself if there might be another way to live life than just working all the time. Buddha said, "Come, walk with me to the river. Let's talk more about this." When they got to the side of the river, the sound of the water moving slowly and the leaves moving in the wind made everything feel peaceful and quiet. Buddha bent down to pick up some sand. The sun made the sand sparkle as he held it. He showed Deva, "Look at how the sand slips through my fingers. This is just like time, no matter how hard we try to keep it from going, it just slips away. The future is like the sand still in my hand, waiting to fall, and the past is like the sand that's already dropped to the ground. But this sand right here, slipping through my fingers right now, this is the present moment. And that's the most important thing we truly have." Deva watched in silence. For Deva, this was a whole new way to think about life. He had always been so busy worrying about making more money for the future or thinking about things he did or didn't do in the past, that he never stopped to look at what was happening right around him. Watching the sand and listening to Buddha, Deva learned an important lesson from Buddha. Happiness isn't about having lots of money or things. It's about enjoying the present. This new way of seeing the world made Deva feel more alive and connected to everything around him. After that day, Deva's life transformed. He didn't stop working, but he also made time to enjoy life. He spent time with his family, enjoyed walks in nature, and took moments to just sit quietly and see the beauty in the world around him and appreciate the little things. Coming back to now, the monk looked at Urav. Urav was paying close attention. The monk said, "Like Deva, we need to understand how important time is. It's not about always looking for what's coming next or thinking too much about what happened before. We need to love and enjoy the moment we're in right now. That's when life really happens." Urav's eyes opened wide. He realized something new. Oh, if I'm always looking for the next fun thing, am I missing out on the good stuff happening right now? The monk smiled and said, "You've got it. Life is made up of moments, one right after the other, and each one is special and different. When you live in the moment, you really get what life is all about." Feeling like he just learned something big, Urav said thank you to the monk. He went back home, thinking differently. He wasn't just thinking about what was going to happen tomorrow or what happened yesterday anymore. He started seeing how beautiful and special today is. It helps us that right now, this moment is a special gift we should all value. By paying attention to our lives, being thankful for what we have, and not just thinking about tomorrow, we can find real happiness.